Hey guys, there's a really cool company called Gamebox Monthly that I'm kind of obsessed with. What is Gamebox Monthly, you ask? Well, it is a service that delivers indie tabletop games to your door every month. How cool is that? It's really cool. Let me tell you why. People are so consumed by devices and screens. We need face-to-face human connection. Come on. So it's a great way to discover new games together with the people that you love and care about, or even just remotely like, or maybe you don't like them at all. Maybe you'll get to like them after you play some of these tabletop games. You never know. It's a great way to re-engage your original social network. So go to gameboxmonthly.com and rediscover social.
Krista! Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Really? Because you seem a little...
I said I'm fine.
Okay, well, we all love you, so if you need to talk, we're...
I'm fine! Fine. Come on. Hey guys, it's Krista Allen, and you're listening to I'm Fine with me, Krista Allen. Today is going to be a really fun day. I'm so excited. We are going to go over, dive into the book, Chris Harwick's book, The Nerdist Way, How to Reach the Next Level in Real Life. That's kind of cool, right? We all want to know that. This book is kind of a love letter to the nerd community, which is kind of awesome. The self-help aspects of this book reach out to remedy the failings caused by, well, nerdiness, like how nerds fixate on certain things like video games, comic books, art, movies, things of that nature. All of this at the cost of developing social circles or fitting in, or some other sacrifice that could prevent someone from reaching their worldly goals. This is a really cool book, and it's very easy to understand. It's broken down into like 3 different parts, and I like them all. I think Chris Harwick is awesome. And we're going to talk about it. And guess who I have with me today? I have one of the coolest people I know. One of the most beautiful, coolest people I know, Clare Grant. She is an actress, a cat enthusiast, and a super nerd. Clare grew up in the theater and then transitioned to acting on camera in the 2005 film Walk the Line. Since then, she starred in a ton of films and television shows. And up next, Clare has some films coming out. In 2018, she has Changeland, Dance, Baby Dance. Anyway, she's awesome, and she spends a lot of her free time snuggling with kitties and playing video games and reading fantasy books. But my most favorite thing about her vast career is how she used her love of geekery to produce 2 nerdy and award-winning web series, Saber and Team Unicorn. Now, this is where I get kind of geeky too. Saber won her not 1, but 2 Lucasfilm fan awards, which is really cool. And Team Unicorn is the coolest thing ever because it represents the idea that, like unicorns, geek girls weren't supposed to exist. And guess what? They both do, because I'm sitting next to one right now. Hi, Claire.
Hi, Krista.
How's it going?
It's so good. I'm so excited to be here right now.
Did you like that long ass intro I just gave for you?
I did. It's so easy to hear about myself.
Was it uncomfortable, me just talking while you're sitting right in front of me? That's always an awkward thing to do. And she's the best thing in the whole wide world. Then she has to remain quiet while I sit there. And yeah, but it's really fun. And I'm really glad that you're here because I think we're going to have fun with this book.
Me too.
My biggest thing is time management.
Yes.
It's
same.
Awful.
Me too.
And the thing about this book is so Chris did this article for Wired back in 2008. And I can't remember what it's called, but hold on, it's going to come to me. Something about, oh God, is about the self-help junkie or reject or something. I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember what it is.
But it was something really awesome. And it kind of spoke to me in so many ways. But he was like, how I am so busy doing all of these creative, awesome things. One of the things that he describes us as is like creative obsessive.
Yes.
Doesn't that fit so good? That fits like a
it does.
Like a really soft vintagey t-shirt for me. Like That's like a creative obsessive. I like it.
Yeah.
Because it's smart. Yes. Also, you need, some therapy.
Right. Also, I think geeks are known for being pretty obsessive. Their passion is part of like what defines being a geek. So, like, I think obsession and passion, like they're pretty borderline, you know?
Yeah. And like we like to do things in a different way. So instead of putting it towards worldly goals, we like to put it into things that are like that are maybe a little bit more on the fantasy realm of things.
Like maxing out 6 characters in World of Warcraft.
Things like that. That would maybe, because those are very important things to do. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yes, absolutely.
However, there are things that actually pay the bills, Yeah. I don't know. It's, what I loved most about this is that it was kind of like, basically what he's saying is, how can I be the boss of me? Like, I don't have a 9-to-5 job. I never have. I've always been creative.
Yeah.
So have you.
Yeah. Well, I did have, I didn't start acting on camera till I was 25.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was 25.
Yeah, I was 25. I mean,
that makes sense. 2005.
Yeah. So before that, I was working all kinds of real jobs.
Right.
And doing that.
What was your worst one? What was the one you hated the most?
The one I hated the most. Telemarketing.
Oh my God. I did one of those too. Okay. So I just lied. I have had a 9-to-5 job. I did telemarketing a long time ago.
It was actually my first job. Everything after that was a little bit more fun and exciting, but telemarketing, that was awful.
Yeah. And did everybody smoke? You'd go to the break room and everybody would be smoking like crazy. And
I felt like,
I remember that.
I felt like that was like the mid 90s for me. And I felt like at that time, everybody was smoking all the time, no matter what, everywhere inside. So
yeah, you could smoke at your desk. Mine was a little bit earlier than that. Like you could just like smoke at your desk. It was so disgusting.
I remember smoking on planes.
I do too.
It's disgusting.
My very first trip, I went to London, and I remember I thought I was really cool. I was like 16. And I bought a whole thing of cigarettes and I smoked in the back.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, this feels wrong. It was like the time this is going to be a little too much information, but I don't really care. I'm like, my family, my mom was very, I guess you could say, white trash, I guess, in the mentality of it all, right?
Yeah.
But we didn't wear shirts a lot, the guys or the girls. But when I was younger, like little, because I didn't have boobs yet, she would just let me walk around with no shirt around the neighborhood.
Yeah, why not?
But I kind of started developing a little bit sooner. Mm-hmm. And I remember walking around and people looking at me and realizing I was walking around with no shirt, and I looked a little awkward. And it was the same feeling of me smoking in the back of the plane. I've had a couple of them. So anyway, I don't know where that was going to, but it just, that just reminded me. I mean, I'm like, you're 14, you're walking around with no shirt on. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I was imagining like half that age.
I'm kidding. It was. I'm totally kidding. No, it was. But I think mine went from like little, like mosquito bites to like a pancake pretty soon.
Oh, girl, I did not grow boobs till college. I didn't start puberty till my last year of high school.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Really?
Yes. I was like awkward with like really big ears and gap teeth and like the most underdeveloped teenager in high school.
I can't even imagine. I want to see pictures of that. I want to see pictures. I looked ridiculous, but I did get boobies earlier. Okay, so back to Chris's book on all of this stuff. So here's my thing. I am writing constantly, writing scripts, pilots, stand-up, ideas for other people, stand up for other people.
I love that about you.
Thank you.
That's so cool.
It is cool, but I have
really cool.
all of these things going on. Mm-hmm. So my brain is constantly going, dong, 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 and then I will see something that I want to watch on TV, or I mean, come on, I have to watch Stranger Things 2 all at the same time.
Yeah.
I have. Who doesn't?
It's amazing.
I mean, hello. Oh my God, how good!
I loved it so much.
Oh my God, so obsessed. But so and I'm like, oh, and that light bulb goes on in my brain. I'm like, oh my God, I'll get taken away from things like that. And what I like about this book is he's talking about because I'm so easily distracted, we're kind of learning through his mistakes and what he has gone through. So we read all of these books, like the 4-Hour Work Week and a bunch of other ones that I don't remember the name of.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Right?
yeah.
Oh, I remember. Wait, because I don't remember, actually. I just lied. I wrote them down. So I'm going to pretend like I did.
Yeah, I wish I had written notes. I like highlighted a bunch of things in the book and then didn't actually write notes. I was like, I'm going to remember all of this.
Yeah. Tim Ferriss is the 4-Hour Work Week. And then, Julie Morgan saying never check email in the morning.
Right.
That is such a huge one. Do you ever do that? That's like a big deal.
I lay in bed every day for 30 minutes checking my email and doing other various things like farming on Farmville before I get out of bed.
Right. Because it's really important to do those things.
It is.
Because you don't want your farm to be unattended.
No.
Come on.
There's like a constant contest going on and I have to win everything all of the time.
You do.
This book speaks to me.
It does. It does. So he's saying just don't do that first thing in the morning. So first thing in the morning, like be productive, you know?
Yeah.
Like try not to pick up your phone. Ooh, okay, let's do this for 1 week together, okay?
Okay.
Ooh, I don't know if we can. Charge your phone in another room at night, right? So when you wake up in the morning, you have to be productive in other thoughts. I don't know. God.
My only thing about that, and I think that I've actually just like already solved it for me in my head in this like brief 10 seconds that you said that.
I'm really good like that.
I know.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I use this wonderful sleep app that monitors my sleep, and I've been using it for years. So I have like multiple years of backed up data that's like tracking me every single night as I sleep, and I'm kind of addicted to it, and also addicted to the soft way it gently wakes me up around my circadian rhythm instead of just at a time that I tell it to wake me up so that I wake up easier. I'm addicted to it, and it's on my phone. And I need it on my phone.
Oh, that's a really good excuse to have your phone next to you.
Exactly, right? So I've been kind of hanging on to that. But I also have old iPhones that like are just hanging out in a drawer that I could probably wipe and only have the app on.
You just really were accountable on that one. I like it. That's like a big accountability thing. You just, go do it. Make the app go on another phone. Because what happens is we pick up the phone to turn off the alarm and it's in our hand.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
all those notifications
I need to go
that
farming.
just pop up and all those new email alerts and my farm needs attention.
Yeah. And it just comes on and then you're like, you're stuck and then you're in a hole. You think it's 30 minutes, but it's 2 hours.
It actually is.
That's like when I go out and I go, I had a glass of wine and I had 3. That's what that's like.
I actually just had somebody tell me about how you can go onto the battery section of your general settings in your iPhone, and it tells you all of the apps that you use and how much time you're spending a day, 3 days, a week, a month on them. And I was like, what is this thing? Let's show me right away. And I was so embarrassed when my friend like took my phone and pulled it up and showed me. And then it was like a colossal amount of difference of Farmville as the number one thing on my phone.
Wow.
Like next to everything else. It was like, I was
more than texting, more
than anything. It was like 37% Farmville and like nothing else was higher than 3%. I was mortified.
Wow. Wow, you need an assistant for Farmville.
I need maybe an intervention.
An intervention. That's what you need for Farmville. But you do really good at Farmville.
I'm so good at it.
It's not like you can let it go, by the way.
Farm.
I bet it's a good farm. What's your favorite thing that you farmed? What's your favorite crop?
I
need to know.
I really like I guess it's not even about the crops, it's about the special farm hands that you win during events.
So what's your favorite?
My favorite is this cat with reindeer and it has reindeer like a reindeer antlers headband and some curly Christmas lights around it.
And it's adorable.
It's so good.
I'm going to make you one of those as a stuffed animal. And then
I'm so stupid. I'm so dumb.
No, you're not. No, you're not. These are, like I said, all important things.
Yeah.
You need all of it. So what do you think he means in all this? Like he talks about like in the mind, it's like how to manage your brain in the first section, which I think this goes very nice segue into what we were just talking about. I love that he's like, it deals with like assessing one's own strength and weaknesses. And then he explains this in terms of Dungeons and Dragons through the thing, which is really fun. It's a,
Yeah, I gotta tell you, the RPG aspect of his book, like, because RPGs are my go-to gaming for like console games and pen and paper games. I love it so much.
Did it speak to you?
It really did.
Yeah.
And I have already always thought my entire life about things in a way of like leveling up and getting experience. And I really loved his call for us to assess ourselves the way that we would assess a character in an RPG game, and to be truthful and honest about it. And I did that. In the thing. And my weakest one was the will.
Was it?
Yeah,
my
absolutely.
weakest one was the will too.
Yeah, I have zero will.
What is that though? Because what is that? What do you think that is for you?
For me, I think it sort of goes back to, we started talking about how as a like we're artists, so we live that like 9 to 5 artist life where we have to set our
being
own
your own
schedules.
boss. Yeah.
It's being your own boss. It's like I've learned in my life that I actually need rules. I need a schedule. I need a plan. I'm not like one of those people that has to stick to it, but if I have a deadline, if I have a goal, if I know what I want, then I can build something up to go to lead myself through it,
Right, because we know what the outcome is going to be of this, but on other things we don't so much, so it's harder to grasp.
Yeah.
Is that what absolutely. And it's like you have to he basically is asking you to Jedi mind trick yourself into
being your own boss.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Like it's really hard. I think the single most useful bit of advice, it's in this book. It's your default world.
Right.
Did you go like, and that it's so brilliant. It's like simple and like flexible at the same time. In lieu of making particular resolutions on New Year's Eve, he talks about picking a single word such as fitness or something like that. And that can be plugged into any situation.
Yes.
So no matter what crossroads you come to, no matter how big or small the decision, there's a quick way to make that decision rather than ponder to the point of analyst paralysis where you're like, I can't compute.
Yeah.
I loved that.
I did too, when he was talking about, like how he would sit in his driveway for an hour trying to figure out what he was going to order. And then after an hour, he was like, well, it's time to go to bed. I guess I'm not going to eat tonight. Right. And like, instead to just say, I'm hungry. I will eat a sandwich. I will eat turkey without even thinking, just like the most basic thing. And just by giving yourself the like power to make a decision in the moment and to make a plan and to go for it helps to build something in you to where you can make a bigger decision.
Right. It's all about making the big decisions, and then it's all about the follow through.
Yeah.
Like like if he was in his car sitting there, like he goes, fitness. Okay. Eat healthy. Okay. I got it.
Yeah.
It's turkey. Whatever.
It's, basic things are great, and he talks a lot about having us living in a world right now where we have so many choices that it's hard to figure out what we want. Like if we're trying to watch something on Netflix, you can't, because there's just too many
too
things.
Much. I can't even like program Waze because I'm thinking of all the voices. Like I just want to go back in. I'm like, to the right, bitch. Like I'm like doing all my voices and I can't even get to the destination because I'm like, wait, no, I want to hear myself say this when I pull up.
That's amazing.
It's so stupid, but it's amazing at the same time. He talks about like
Wait a minute.
What?
Are you saying to me that you can program your own voice into
Do you
ways?
not know this?
No.
OMG. Yes, you can. You can program your own voice into ways, people.
What?
It's amazing. Yes.
That's incredible.
Yes, it's you. And it's like I leave and it goes, all right, we're about to take off. Try not to have road rage. All right, or if I'm rerouting, it'll say, okay, we're rerouting. Are you drunk? Like whatever,
great.
like just stupid stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they can get better. I'm sure there's better one. Hide the weed. There's a cop, whatever it is, but it's really fun. You're going to have so much fun. I
love that.
Spend hours on it and you can make as many as you want. So yeah, it's really fun. So that's really fun. Claire's already, if you guys could see her eyes are completely glazed over. She's looking up in the ceiling thinking about the things that she's going to say.
Yes.
You could have Seth could make one for you. You could make one for him.
That's actually exactly, I was like, what am I going to make my husband say?
Yeah. That would be the best voice ever.
Yes.
Oh my God, I love it. He says in this thing, we love to talk about the butterfly effect in terms of time travel movies. If you change the smallest of things in a system, its long-term effects can be dramatic. And I like the butterfly effect because that's so true. So why can't they be the same for lifestyle changes? And that's what this whole book is about. Anybody that opens it up, it's really simple, but it's all about taking little steps to get to the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And also give yourself my capacity to focus on anything is probably an hour and a half max, where I'm really focused as long as everything's off and I don't have my alerts on and the alerts aren't buzzing or something like that. And I can stay for an hour and a half, but then my brain goes bong, bong, dong, 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 dong. And then I start getting very curious and I stop. It says, just go for a walk.
Yeah.
Or just do something that you normally wouldn't do, I don't know. I don't know what those things would be. What would that be for you? Something that you never do to reset your brain. We go chase zombies, go look for zombies outside.
Absolutely. Zombie hunting. That's definitely something I never do or haven't in a long time. I've come a long way.
We could hunt them.
We could hunt them. I guess, yeah.
I'm just going for a walk.
What do I do? Yeah.
Going to do something that would be whatever. Anyway, it says it resets your brain. And these are all little topics that are from all these different books. And then he put them all together and said, hey, it's not that difficult. You can obsess and be creatively obsessive about so many things in your life. And all on even a fantasy side, the same thing can happen in your world so that you're creating all the stuff that you want to create.
Yeah.
Seth is really creative.
He is.
And he's really good at, this isn't about him, but I can only imagine he must be pretty good.
I've never seen anybody capable of self-motivation like he is. It's honestly inspiring. And
he should write a book.
He makes me feel like a lazy ass every day.
You know what? He makes me feel like a lazy ass.
It's insane. He's really capable of saying, I want this. I'm going to do this to get it. Okay, here I go. I'm doing it. And I'm like, I want to do this one day. Is that what's happening right now? Oh my God, I like that. Oh, that's so pretty over
it's
there.
Shiny and sparkly. Look at that.
Yes.
No, yeah. But is that a chip? Are we missing a chip?
Is that
something that he has
I think
always
it's in
been?
his brain. He has always been like that.
He has.
Yeah,
I've known him for a while.
I've seen videos of him doing interviews when he was 9 years old, saying things that it took me 30 years of living to figure out. And he's 9 years old, spouting words of wisdom and talking up adults on stage. And it is mind blowing. It's mind blowing.
Seth, I know you're going to listen to this. You have to write a book. I'm going to make you write a book. That's his next thing. He needs to write a book too on just how he does it, because he has that obsessively creative.
He didn't even think about it.
Brain.
It's not even something that he thinks about. Chris has thought about his process. He has a process. Seth is just he's just a weird animal.
Yeah.
He's just I don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all weird animals. He's the weird, super smart, focused. Mm-hmm. I'm jealous of that.
You know what? I think it's because
I'm so jealous.
He's got an incredibly artistic painter, of a mother, free spirit, like very creative woman. And then his father is like a math professor.
Right. So there's like no middle, he is the middle ground between the two, right?
Yeah. And they're both really good at what they do. And like, so he's just like an anomaly on this.
Yeah. Which is
great.
I know. I love it.
I love it too.
There's, he goes into this thing too. Do you work out?
Only because Seth makes me.
See, what do you do? Because I don't. And it says like the body part is like the best thing about the body part is he uses like cute cartoon bears in the book.
Oh, he said something else around this time too, is that about the 3 things that like, also like not just like your body and working out, but also that your body needs fuel. Like also things that is stupidly only like really clicked for me in the last like 5 years is how like if I don't have protein in my body, I can't even think straight. And I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that until like I started like going on meal plans and trying to be healthy. And then I'd get bored of it. And then I'd go back to like eating the way that like Claire ate her whole life. And then Claire would be sluggish and angry and like couldn't think straight. And, and I'm like, oh my God, I need food.
Yeah,
oh, no.
You need food and you need healthy food.
Yeah,
and you need like
and it's the same way with working out too. It really does do incredible things for your mind, and like it's miserable when you're doing it. Nobody enjoys it. And if they say that they do, they're a fucking liar. But like when you're done, you love it.
Yeah, I've gone through moments where I've like worked out and stuff. I just haven't been doing it lately, and I can feel it in my body. But then I'll get stuck with something, and that's another thing. I'll get stuck online, or I'll get stuck doing something, and then the feeling
it's that
passes.
will. I've found for me that the only thing that gets me to work out or do anything is if a friend is like, we're hiking, which I have a lot of buddies who like to hike date, which is great. Or if I have a trainer who's like, you'll be here at this time?
Yeah.
Great. You'll be here at this time?
Like
this
scheduling it, and then you have to pay for it, so you're not gonna. Yeah.
But if it's just me, I'm gonna be lazy about it. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna feel it. And if I go, I'm not gonna do even a quarter of the effort that I would if someone was watching me, forcing me to do it.
Right. So the thing is, right, exactly. Of
that
course.
Will.
Yeah.
Will. 2 points for Will.
I do the streaming video. Do you know what these are?
No.
Oh my gosh. So I'm like on my computer all the time. So there's you can do streaming videos where you can just work out, but here's what happens to me. So I'll go, okay, I'm going to do a workout. I'll put my mat down, something easy, like a 20-minute something toning. I don't know. And then I'll forget to turn my alerts off. And it'll be like Facebook, and then I'll get stuck into that, and then I won't do it. But you can do streaming stuff online too, so you don't have to leave your house.
Nice.
Do you leave your house often?
If I have to.
Me too. And so that was my thing. I get into that place where I love my house and my animals.
Too. Yeah.
And I just like to stay there.
Me too.
So streaming video.
Yeah. That's smart.
Everything
my
else.
trainer comes to my house.
See that? Well, that's a good thing too. But at least it's a trainer. And my thing is what you said. If somebody's not there making me be honest, I'm going to put it on pause. And sometimes I watch it while I sit there and eat. and I'll be like, that.
Oh, that's so good.
And I'll be like, just watching the moves, thinking I need to sit here. Oops, sorry. I just bumped the mic. I'm going to sit here and watch it and get an understanding of how to move my body in these ways to tone my ass.
Right.
Or like, maybe I'll like, I don't know, raise my knee or something. I think all of this stuff is so important. Getting your body in shape, getting your mind, all of that is really important. It's true. If you work out and you eat right.
Yeah.
Look, it's all basic. Clear the clutter out of your mind, eat right, make sure that you have sustenance, work out a little bit, and then
know what you want.
And yeah,
so that you have a goal.
Yeah, and you know how you know what you want is by realizing what you don't want and what's not working for you anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think a lot of us can look at that and go, sometimes like even if somebody in relationships or in anything are like, well, what do you want? And it's like, well, here's what I know I don't want, because this isn't what felt good to me. So if I can look at it that way and go, oh, eating right, staying healthy. I know I feel like crap when I'm not eating right and all of that. Or if I'm not exercising, I feel like I feel so lazy.
Yeah. All it takes is like being off of it for a week. And then I just start to feel
just a week. And then that week rolls into another 2 years.
3 months, 2 years. Oh, yeah. 2 years. Yeah. That's great.
And it's like, well, I don't know. Yeah. And exactly. It's like, you feel like, oh God, I thought I was going to sneeze, but it just turns out I've been unemployed for 2 years. I don't know. That was really weird. I don't know. It just happened. And then the last thing is time that he talks about. Time deals with everything from fixing. This is what I love, from like fixing your credit card score to discarding tangible items you don't really need, to building up your work portfolio, whatever that is. Like, I don't know. For me, it's writing. It's having sketches that I filmed that are on file, that I'm sending them out, that I'm doing stuff with it, instead of just having a shit ton of stuff in my head.
Yeah.
Because creatively, how much stuff do you have running in your brain? How many tabs are open in your brain right now with stuff that you need creatively to write or shoot or do stuff with?
Like everything, all of it.
Me too. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
And you see something and then it sparks.
Yeah. But it does also feel like, and he talks about this in his book, like knowing that you have so many things to do can often feel overwhelming. I really liked his idea of just writing everything down in like different places and then drawing little pictures next to them and turning it into a map.
That's really cool.
Like,
yeah.
This is more important. This is the steps that go underneath it. Then this is the next important thing and all the steps that go underneath that. And
that's really a really fun thing. I just get stuck.
Yeah.
I would get stuck drawing.
Yes, me too.
Right?
Me too. But I like the principle behind it of, I'm really big on lists in my life. I found that the only way that I accomplish anything is if I literally carry a notebook with me everywhere I go with like a running list of everything that I have to do. And like, I keep multiple lists on my phone, just constantly.
I do the reminders constantly. So they're constantly coming up.
Yep. Yeah.
And sometimes Siri spells it weird. So it's like, I don't know what it is.
I really don't take advantage of Siri. I just type that stuff in.
Really?
I should use her more.
No, because a lot of times she spells things wrong.
Yeah.
And then I can't even think of one, but it won't, I'll say it in the car, like, remind me such and such tomorrow at whatever time.
Pretty sure Siri doesn't know how to spell my name correctly because every time my mother texts me, she puts an I in Clare.
Right. And you're like, Mom, you
birthed me. Come on.
That's really funny. No, she does change all of that all the time. on my phone, it says, Siri, type this. I don't know what it says. Something about, I'm sorry if I sound drunk or uneducated. That's something about Siri or something, because that's how it feels, because it will come out and it'll be a completely wrong sentence, or it'll just sound like I'm slurring my words, but I'm not. I think it's so important. The time thing is like really, really, really important. The time management in general. He said policing yourself is easy when you have a goal. Which I like. Having a goal is really important.
It is.
And it goes back to what you were saying about saying like, oh, okay, well, I have to know what I want. But it's putting all of it together. It's so much fun just to play. Maybe that's what this is all about. I know for me, I get really stuck because the daunting task is, how do I get to Z? And so I'll do A, B, C, D, and then I kind of start to mess up. And then I start to doubt it. And then I'll kind of go back, and then I'll feel like such a huge failure because I didn't get it. I'm not where I need to be by the time that I feel like I should. Right. And I'll start to lose all this stuff, and then somehow momentum will build again. But what should probably take like maybe a couple of days ends up taking 2 weeks or sometimes 2 months. And that's like a big deal. It's just like following through with the whole thing. And it's like, what goes next? What goes next? And I guess it's as simple as that. It's like playing a game. What is next? What do I need to do here? What direction am I going? I need a plan. oh, do you need some people? You want to go in a big group?
This is all very inspiring, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a kick in the butt.
It is. It is. I felt like the whole time I was reading it, I felt like he was talking to me, and it made me feel like I have to be more responsible with my time and like my
that you want to be more responsible. You don't have to, but you wanna. Like you
right,
want
I do
to.
I do want to. But that's
too.
the hard thing is that like I also still wanna like play Witcher 3 for like 10 hours at a time. That's fine.
Right. Of course. And that's
How
and
do you do all the things?
beauty of this is you do it in increments. And he's like, and that's what he's saying. There's nothing wrong with that. Where we fail, where we start to fail is when it just becomes that. So maybe it's almost going, okay, I'm going to step away from this for a second, which is really, really hard, and go, where can I focus this creative energy into other things I need to do? I don't even know. I don't know how to do it. Isn't that what this book is about? For me, it was like, there's nothing wrong with that, but then try to go to a different place and you can get as much done as you put your mind to. And so like he can sit down and look, he has like all these things going on. He can write, he can do all these things and he gets it done. But he also has the access, the resources to get a lot of things done too.
Yes.
And so for me, I'm like trying to find somebody at the cheapest possible way to film the sketches that I need to do, or people that I see if they're available. It is a lot easier when you're like a super successful, when you have that going on that end, at least for me. But is it? Yeah, sure. But
it comes with, I'm sure it comes with different challenges, like he has so many things and he has so many people underneath him that it's probably difficult to manage everything all the time. And he probably has, a lot more fires to put out on a regular basis than like we do running a one-man show. You know what I mean?
Right. I guess no, that's true. Cause you have all this other stuff going on, but
like lots of people who you can't really prepare or plan for, or you never know what's gonna.
I take everything on. I take everything. So if somebody calls me and says, oh, hey, do you want to do this show tomorrow night? Oh, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Like, do you want to, come and, we have a spot available at the such and such. Do you want to come do stand up? And I'm like, yes, yes, yes. And then I find my day is slammed and I get paralyzed. I'm like paralyzed going, oh my God, and I have all that stuff going on. And I think that's the part where it's so much easier to escape into into a different world.
Yeah.
And maybe that's where it's like, give yourself like all right, I'm going to escape for a little bit. I'm going to do something.
Yes.
But I'm coming back to this because this is where I need to go.
Yeah.
Or this is where I want to go.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what I got. What did he say here? There was some part about like keeping your heart rate below a hummingbird's is really important. He was talking about anxiety.
Right.
And how to like manage the avalanche of sadness that is your inbox, which is hilarious because all of these things that can come in. I don't know. There's like all of these things. He definitely taps into like mind, body, and time and makes it going, hey, you don't have to wait for like, you don't have to wait for another, you don't have to wait to like beat yourself up again. Just get started and you start doing it at the smallest increments.
Yeah.
And that makes it good. So I've tried to do these things. I've bought so many self-help books. It's ridiculous. Like I've said, if you saw my Amazon account, you'd think I was crazy because there's so much on procrastination. The old joke, never read it, still haven't read it, but it's true because that's what it is. And the time management, the mental stuff and all of this are all the things that I don't get into as much because it requires work. Yeah. All the emotional stuff, that is like goes into it all. That's so much easier relationships and stuff because it's running in my brain constantly. That's another thing that's like, brrr, like constantly. But when it comes to like actually working on time management, that's work. That's another. Work. So you have to manage your time to learn time management in order to manage your time.
Yeah.
Is that the?
I think that's it. I think you nailed it.
Why didn't he use that as his log line? We should let him know.
Oh, you know what I learned in this book? I learned two things about Chris that I didn't know before. I never realized. I loved learning that the term nerdist is a blend of the word artist and nerd. I thought that was great.
That is a very, very cool. I can't
believe I never knew that.
Trivia.
Yeah,
yes.
It's fantastic.
It's very cool.
And I also learned that Chris and I are from the same hometown, and I was even a like his bowling alley, his father's bowling alley was like the bowling alley that I spent my whole life going to and being on bowling teams at and all that stuff. That's
really funny.
Yeah, I never knew him back then. He's too much older than me to, as a kid,
to have run cross paths at any time. But that's kind of cool that you cross paths.
But I also learned that he was he was on the chess team, and I was also on like the city school chess team, and we probably I was under like I said, like years below him, but we probably did all the same chess tournaments.
That's really cool.
It makes me so happy.
That's really fun. You guys need to play chess together.
I haven't played chess in so long. I think I've played once in 10 years.
Oh, it's like riding a horse. Ooh. Oh no, wait, riding a bike. Wait, which one is it? Is it
both.
Riding? Okay.
It's both. Depends on where you're from, the city or the country.
That's right. Well, I'm from Texas, so riding a horse.
Yes, ma'am.
That's right. So that's what that is. Well, I'm excited. I think it's good. Look, guys, whoever is out there listening to this, you. No, I'm kidding. Like there was only one person. No, that was stupid. Get this book if you are like a creative obsessive. Is it an obsessive creative or a creative obsessive? Is it obsessive creative?
Obsessive creative.
Yeah, that sounds creative obsessive.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. Either way, it doesn't matter because it's kind of cool. And if you I think everybody's always looking to fit in, to like do things, to like try to like, I don't know, just be a part of something. And sometimes with our own creativity, we're able to create these things where people love it. Kind of like with Claire's stuff that she won awards for, and her, unicorn. Yay. All of it brings everybody together, and it is part of a bigger thing. And you wouldn't have been able to do that had you not focused and got it done. It's like, where was your brain at that time? And the momentum was just coming.
Yeah.
So
I had a goal. I had specific goals. And so since I knew like a specific ending, I was like, okay, these are all the things you need to go.
Yeah. And that's it. So sometimes like, I guess what my takeaway with this is I can think of all the things that I've done that I've put through to final and go, wait, why am I not doing it with that? It's because my mind was in a different place, or I was confused, and just go back to those places that I'm confused with now and do one step at a time, like Chris suggests.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that sound about right?
I mean, I've literally haven't been able to stop figuring out how to apply his process to projects that I'm currently working on, like one specific that I'm working on right now. It's great. I'm
so good.
Try it.
So I like it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, where can people find you and on social media and blah, blah, that stuff?
I'm at Clare Grant on everything, all the things.
And by the way, you guys, it's Claire with no I. So it's just Clare.
Yeah.
Unless you're Siri.
And
did you know I used to call her Surrey?
Really?
I did.
That's so cute.
I called her Surrey, and that's Tom Cruise's daughter's name, right?
Oh, right. Yeah.
I got them confused. I was like, oh, is that girl is that
so nice
that
of that
Siri's
Tom
so cute.
To let Surrey give my directions every day.
Right. She sounds very mature for a 4-year-old at the time or whatever. This was a while ago. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. Is there anything you want to go out on right now, or should we just?
No.
All right, cool.
All
right. Well, how are you feeling? Are you fine?
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I am fine too.
Yeah.
I mean, are you sure? Are you fine?
I'm so fine.
Okay, good. I'm fine.
yeah.
All right. Is everybody out there fine? Okay,
They're
we're fine.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they fine?
Yeah, they're fine.
Everybody's fine.
Everybody's fine.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, it's Zen Zenith,
And I'm Jake Lloyd.
and we're here to talk about Dragon Wagon Radio. This podcast you're listening to right now is a podcast on the Dragon Wagon Radio Network.
Yes, it's a network that you and I started out of a desire to give voice to artists who maybe didn't have the platform previously to do a show the way that they want to do it.
You can find it all online at dragonwagonradio.com.
It's Dragon Wagon.